What's up, guys? It is Jay Beebs here, and welcome to the very first episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. First Road to Glory that I'm doing on FIFA 22, and honestly, what I'm planning on doing for the rest of FIFA 22. If you guys have been following along with the channel, you know that I do a lot of career mode series that I never finish. In fact, I just finished a career mode series that I am, in fact, not going to finish. So, going back to Road to Glories, I like the way it works because the way that I do it, each episode is half a year, 6 months. So that way, I stop, I play some games, I enjoy that experience, but at the same time, I get to build the team, get to see the team progress, see how things change, and, it's nice and quick. It doesn't drag on. And I get to try a bunch of crazy stuff. After this, it's going to be a bunch of Creative Club stuff. And then it's going to go, I'm thinking of doing like a Creative Club idea, and then just a regular Road to Glory. Just kind of keeping that, little progress going that way. You guys get to enjoy everything you want to enjoy. With that being said, let's hop right into this. So, Barrow. Down in EFL League 2, they're not the greatest of teams. I think they're the third worst team. I did Road to Glory with them on FIFA 21 that I never finished, so that's why I chose them. Plus, they're very nice uniforms. Board expectations are pretty easy, pretty simple. And hopefully, things just kind of go well, So the team that I'm going to be using, we're playing a simple 4-2-2-2. Farming is going to be in goal, Platt and Ellis are the center backs, Hutton and Bruh outside backs, Banks and Jones are the two defensive mids, DeVitt and Gotts are the attacking mids, and Gordon and Zanzala up top. Very good formation, hopefully. I don't really know what works with FIFA 22 yet. Very new to the game, still trying to figure things out. Been watching a bunch of stuff, and from what I've gathered from playing and watching is I need at least one defensive mid, probably two defensive mids to help that back line. And going forward, you just need to score the chances that you get. So obviously, Road to Glories. This is not a one season thing. I'm not buying for now. I'm buying for 4 or 5 seasons from now. And that is all starting with Konaya Boyce Clark. Young goalkeeper from Reading, bought him 59 overall, 970,000. 18 years old is the key. Dynamic potential, should be able to make this guy a world-class goalkeeper, and I fully expect him to be, and I'm probably even going to start him right away. Dynamic potential, get him playing, get the results. Let's get that overall up quickly. Same goes for CD Jota, Norwegian striker I bought from a Norwegian club. I can't remember the name. Well, I remember what it looks like, no clue how to pronounce it. 580,000. He's very quick. He's not the tallest, but he's very quick. So I'm thinking, pair him up with, kind of like an all-around striker. If we stick with this formation, let him get in behind and the other striker kind of do some of the passing, the hold-up play, and hopefully he can just run in behind the defense and score every chance he gets. If that's how our team scores, that's how our team scores. If not, he's also a decent dribbler. Maybe he's the one that's dropping off, creating opportunities for the other striker. So I really like his versatility and what I can do with him with a little bit of tinkering. Josh K is a left wingback / striker. Don't know how in the world you have that combination, but I've decided to sell him to Domok FC for 1.15 million. We get 775 million in the bank. And Josh Lillis will be departing the club. He's going to Wuhan FC for 155,000. And with the money from those two players, I was able to buy this man, Tierno Barrow, Austrian attacking mid, 760,000 I bought him for, 19 years old, and he has, I think, 78 or 77 potential. He's very quick and he's very good dribbler. Exactly what I want from one of those attacking mid spots. He's not starting caliber quite yet because we already do have two very good attacking mids. But thinking ahead, thinking maybe even later in the season, he could easily be the starter. And let's see what happens with dynamic potential. So I've also decided to sell our former starting striker Zanzala. He's going to Brook Bet for 1 million. I have different plans for the striker position, so I just decided to offload him. Youth scouts are obviously extremely important in any Road to Glory, which is why I'm buying one. 3-star scout is going to England for 9 months. Again, this early on, we're not looking for any specifics. It's just, let's see what good players we can get, and then build a team from there. And we are starting off very first league game at Stevenage. And this is how the team is lining up. We are in that 4-2-2-2. Boyce Clark is in goal, Platt, Ellis are the center backs, Hutton and Bruh outside backs, Banks and Beedling defensive mids, DeVitt, Gotts attacking mid, and Gordon and Williams are the strike force. And here are the highlights from our very first ever game. So yeah, 4-1 loss is not how you want to start off your managerial campaign. Things definitely could have gone better, should have gone better, but again, I'm still trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work, how to play, how not to play. And again, the team is young, team is improving. So try not to overreact, but at the same time, don't want to underreact. So this is not an overreaction, okay? I had this planned. I wanted to bring him in. I was just waiting for the funds and finding the right players. I wanted to bring in another center back to pair with our other center back, Platt, as Ellis is like 33 years old, and that player will be Andrew Barrow, Venezuelan center back. Bought him for $770,000. Good value for, I think, what should be a key defensive stud for us. He's left-footed as well. That definitely helps. Now we have a left-footed center back, right-footed center back. Things are going perfectly. And Vera is just the icing on the cake. So James Jones has been sold to Ostersunds FK for $370,000. He was never going to play. He had no chance, so might as well get him out now, get some money for him. Same goes for Kagosi Nilth. He's going to Bristol Rovers, our fellow team, also in our division, but he shouldn't help the team out, so I don't mind doing that. Dimitri C. If you are a Barrow fan or you know of Barrow, he is a very good, young, promising striker, but I have decided to sell him to Halmstad's BK. See, because my thinking was, obviously I brought in Jota, I would prefer him to succeed over C, and with our formation, I just don't think C would work, because obviously if I have to choose between one of the two younger players, I'm choosing C. But at the same time, Williams, one of our other strikers, he's having a very good season, he's looking very good and very promising. So I don't want to get rid of him, and I devalue, do I want to keep the good Williams now, or the young C? Decided, you know what, let's get rid of C, we already have another young promising striker, let's bring him in, let's keep him, and C, unfortunately you're gone. In the EFL Cup, we did lose 3-1 to Spurs. I didn't play this game because obviously we did not stand a chance. So I got another youth scout just because I have the money, nothing really else to do, don't have any players I want to bring in, like the squad. Is a 3-star, 2-star scout going to Wales for 9 months. Again, we're just looking for players. But looky what we have here. FA Cup action against Leyton Orient. And the team is a little bit different. The backline defensive mids are the same, but Barrow will be getting his first start of the season, pairing him up with Gotts, two very good young attacking mids who like the way things are going to be going. Aim, Williams, and Gordon are the strike force. I think this team has a very good chance of winning, and let's find out in these highlights. So I mean, I honestly thought we had a chance, and obviously it was close, but conceded a last minute goal. That's not exactly the way you want to lose as well. So this is a building block. It's a moral victory, but a physical loss. But I mean, as a manager, you gotta learn. You gotta know. You have to know when you played well, when you didn't play well. I think we played well. I think we just got pretty unlucky with the result. So another one of the reasons why DeVitt was not starting that game is because I have been looking to sell him. Barrow will be taking over his spot as a full-time starter, and I've decided to sell DeVitt to Burgos CF over in Spain, $480,000. So I mean, pretty good bit of transfers by me, but yeah, Barrow is a certified starter now. And we got some bad news also from that game. Matthew Platt has broken his elbow. He's going to be out for 7 weeks. That is a huge loss. He's one of our starting center backs, a very good young center back. But this is why I did sign Barrow, because we need him to be playing well. We need him. Really, this season is rotational purposes, but next season to be a starter. But depth is key. So in the league, we are currently sitting in 16th. But if you've done EFL League 2s, Stevenage and us could end up finishing 4th and 5th at the end of the season. You truly have no clue on who's a promotion, who's going to try to go for a playoff spot, and who's just going to settle for mid-table or lower table mediocrity. You don't really know, I'd say, until the last 10 games, because even then, if a team goes on a run, they could jump up the standings. One of the things I like about League 2, you never know until it's pretty much over. So, second half of the season, we could perform exceptionally well. We could potentially get promoted, or we just continue this run of form we're on, and nothing really happens. So yeah, guys, that is the first episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. Next episode will be coming out tomorrow. Each episode will be coming out day after day until obviously the series ends, and then the next series will start. So I think not exactly the greatest of starts. We got the players that we wanted, which is the key for this first season. I'm gonna be honest, heading into this, I wasn't planning on getting promoted. I don't know if we will. But I do know that we got all the players that I wanted to get. And hopefully, if I know we're not going to get promoted in the second half of the season, I will just play all the young players to get those dynamic potentials up. So it's a pretty good spot to be in. I don't know what I'm going to do, but what I do know is what you should do is you should subscribe if you enjoyed, so you can see the rest of the episodes. I would say watch some of my other content, but if you're watching this the day it came out, chances are there's not another series out. But if you're watching this back a month or two later, check out some of my other stuff. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and it is JBeebs signing off. What is up, guys? It is JBeebs here, and welcome to the second episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. First episode happened yesterday, so if you want to go ahead and check that out, feel free to do so. Just kind of really set the foundation, also explain a little bit on how the series is going to work, what's going to happen, and what the ultimate end goal is. But today we are finishing up the second half of our very first season in charge, and I hope things can go well. So we're obviously going to be starting off with an interesting decision. So coming from the Youth Academy is Jaden Shepard, 61 overall attacking mid. He might play for us. I don't know. The potential is a little concerning. It's only 63 to 75, so I don't know, how well things are going to work. I know dynamic potential plays a big factor into that, but it really doesn't do that much this quickly. So we'll have to wait and see just kind of what happens. Kai Ellis is also joining the first team, Welsh defensive mid, 55 overall, not high potential. He's only joining the first team to add some depth off the bench. And honestly, the same goes for Nicholas Manning. Again, not going to be starting probably ever, might not even play at all for us, but we need a little bit of depth just in case injuries happen. So obviously, we've got to keep the Youth Academy going because we need to be pumping out these good players, and I'm just going to be sending a scout to Iceland for 3 months. I know we already have our 2 main scouts, but going to Iceland, hopefully get, some interesting players. And now we have a big game, well, not really, we have a game in the league against Harrogate Town, and the only reason I'm honestly playing this is because I did a little career mode series with Harrogate Town that came out before this. Unfortunately, that series did end early because I'm trying to do different things. But they're a team that, who knows, I might circle back to and do Road to Glory with in the future. But we are facing them at home at Holker Street. And we are lining up in our 4-2-2-2. Boyce Clark is in goal, Platt and Vera are the center backs, Hutton and Bruh are the outside backs, Banks and Beedling are the defensive mids, Barrow and Gotts are the attacking mids, and Jota and Williams are the men up top. Here are the highlights. So obviously it was not the greatest of results, But I think we still did decently well. Like, if you look at the stats, I mean, obviously the only stat that matters is the score line, and that was a 3-0 loss for us. But the shots were even, expected goals were pretty close. We just have to be a little bit more clinical in those situations. But that is also a part of me improving as a player, and as well as the players improving in overall. So it's a stepping block. Lee Andrews will also be joining the first team. Welsh attacking mid, 59 overall, 76 to 90 potential. Really like the prospect of him. He does only have a 1-star weak foot, so I have a development plan on him to hopefully increase that. He's also 6'1". I mean, he could be a key player for us, but it's going to be tough to earn a starting spot, especially at that attacking mid position. Toby Matthews is also joining the first team. English defensive mid, 54 overall, 81 to 87 potential. Good key substitute. Honestly, same will go for Ryan Pierce. Welsh right mid, 81, 87 potential. He has 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. So that could end up earning him a spot on the team. But I mean, at this stage, I still know nothing about the team. So departing the club at the end of his contract will be Paul Farman. He's going to Saudi Arabian side Al Tawoon. I think that's how you pronounce that. I mean, he's not a key player at the club, so we'll be leaving. We have young players to easily replace them. So if you remember, I promoted Jaden Shepard. I have decided to sell him. Got a good deal from Sepsi OSK out in Romania. He will be departing the club at the end once the transfer window opens next season. So he is dead weight for now, but he is still a player at the club. I still expect him to come off the bench. So we have another league game in EFL League 2 as we are hosting Northampton at Holker Street. And Northampton is another one of those teams I'm considering doing another series on. I was a fan of them, a little Fairweather fan. I used them a lot in FIFA 18, FIFA 19, so might decide reignite the flame and use them for a series. But I've changed up how the team is going to look. So I've decided to switch the team to a 4-2-3-1. Boyce Clark is the keeper, Platt, Vera center backs, Burra and Hutton are the outside backs. So back line is the same. Even the defensive mids are the same. But it's that front four. Barrow and Jota on the wings, Andrew attacking mid, Williams striker. I believe Gotts is suspended for this game, so he can't play. But normally that would be Gotts, that attacking mid spot. So I'm trying to utilize the pace of Jota and Barrow. I just don't feel like the way things were working, it was exactly right for them. But I do believe in this formation, this style, they should prevail. And here are the highlights. Okay, so if I wasn't a choke artist, that would have worked very, very well. I mean, we got up to a good 2-0 lead, but then they scored 3 immediate goals, winning the game 3-2. So that is something that I'm going to have to think about in the future, but I think the team, it worked really, really well when things were just going well, and I mean, they just stormed back. Can't really do anything about that, because just got to take the L and move on, but this is a moral victory for us. Joe Grayson has departed the club. He's going to FC Nordsjælland. 650k. He never really was a key player for us, so don't mind that departure. And the player who's joining the first team, who I don't honestly think is going to do that much for the club, Ruben Wright. English striker, 53 overall, 79 to 87 potential. Just nothing special about him that makes me think I should keep this guy and develop him. So we'll see what happens. Honestly, same goes for Omar Madsen. Again, there's just a lot of these players where I just simply don't know, and I don't want to waste them just sitting in the youth academy. At least send them up to the first team. If things don't work well, we can at least sell them for a good chunk of money. And same goes for Adam King. So Jordan Stevens has been sold to Tokushima Vortis for 1.1 million. Honestly, at this point, probably just going to end up selling a lot of these younger players, because just to bring some extra money in for next season to hopefully invest. And Tom White will be departing the club once the season ends. His contract is expiring. He is going to Dundee FC. So at the end of the season, we finished in 16th on 59 points. Not exactly the best finish, not exactly the worst finish at the same time. I think we finished in a pretty good spot for what I expect in the first season. Obviously, I think we should be at least in 8th next year. I want to be pushing for those playoffs next year. But this year, I think it was good building block, good foundation for the team. And we're in with some pretty good company. I mean, of all the saves I've done, Port Vale has won the league multiple times. Bristol Rovers is one of the best teams. Same with Salford City. So, obviously, we did a good, decent enough job. In the FA Cup, we did get knocked out in the first round, 3-2 to Leighton. Hopefully, we do not do that again next season. The Carabao Cup, we somehow made it to the third round before we were obviously in a horrible position against Spurs. We lost 3-1. And in the Papa John's Trophy, we did not get a single point in the group stage. But again, I really could care less about that. So this season, Gotts appeared in the most games for us with 55, but just behind him was Hutton, Beedling, and Banks and Bruh. Boyce Clark appeared in 52. The top goal scorer for us was George Williams with 18 and 50. Banks was just behind him with 13 and 54. From that defensive mid spot is quite impressive. And Gordon had 9 in 44 games. Williams also led the team in assists with 8 and 50. Gordon had 7 in 44. And Beedling had 4 in 54. So Williams definitely outperformed my expectations for him this season. And that's definitely changed my plans. So the players that will be departing the club are Jones, James, Farman, Maloney, White, and Brown. When their contracts expired, don't really see a reason to keep pretty much any of them around. So you gotta make business decisions. We got depth. We got some young players, and next season we can hopefully get some decent replacements. So this is how the team is looking. Obviously, Gotts would be starting instead of Andrews, but last game Andrews asked to play. So yeah, I don't exactly know what I want to improve. The back line is really coming along. Same with the goalkeeper. Maybe get a new left mid, because Jota is just not progressing as quickly as I would like. You know, maybe I just fully invest in the youth academy, trust the starting 11 next season, and then reevaluate the year after. I don't know. So, I mean, you'll have to find out next episode. And that next episode will be coming out tomorrow, as always. These episodes are back daily uploads. And honestly, I mean, I think we kind of found our team identity in that 4-2-3-1. Really, a little bit of counterattacking style, which is what I've always usually preferred to use. So it's gonna be interesting just to kind of see what happens with the team next season. I think. See, I don't even know what I'm gonna do, because I think I might just invest in the youth academy, because don't need to fix the team. I mean, that back line is all young and improving. The midfield is pretty decent as well. Up top, Williams is going to be a good key player for us next season. But I don't know. And since I don't even know, there's no way that you can know. And for you to know, you have to watch the episode coming out tomorrow. Subscribe so you can just see when I upload. It means a lot. I hope you guys have enjoyed. And it is J Beebs signing off. Hello everyone, and welcome to the third episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. This is the third episode, and each episode is half a season, so this is obviously the start of our second season in charge. Last episode, I mean, and even last season, it wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. We got a good foundation. We kind of think things are just kind of going our way. We're kind of figuring out a little bit more of what we expect from the club, what key players are going to be good for us, you know, who's growing quickly, who's not, who do we need to replace, and all sorts of stuff. Hopefully we can make some big transfer moves, or maybe even some big investments in the youth academy this episode. But let's get right into this one. So I will not be buying any players, because we have to finish with at least a 1.2 million profit at the end of the first transfer window. So it looks like this is going to be just collect money until the transfer window closes, and then I'll probably just invest fully in the youth academy. And we gotta invest in the youth academy because you can sometimes get some interesting players. First of which is Austin Allison, 5-star weak foot though, so could be good, but potential is not the greatest. Overall is not the greatest. Honestly, I don't see him as a key player for us, but he should be worth a lot of money. And if you look in the top of the screen, we only have 22 players, so we need some younger blood. And honestly, same goes for Bobby Webb. I've decided to sell Josh Gordon to Paris FC for $650K. He's not going to be starting for us. Don't want him to just be sitting there complaining the entire time. So I have decided to sell him. I think that's a pretty good bit of business for us. I don't understand why Paris FC want him, but don't mind that. And looky what we have here. First game of the season, we are facing off against Northampton at Holker Street. And if you remember from last episode, the last game that I physically played, we were up 2-0 against Northampton before we blew the lead and lost 3-2. So hopefully we can get our revenge. And this is the team that we're going to be going with for this game and probably most of the season. We're playing a 4-2-3-1. Boyce Clark is the keeper, Platt and Barrow center backs, Hutton and Bruh outside backs, Banks and Beedling defensive mids, Barrow and Jota outside mids, Gotts is the attacking mid, and Williams is our main man up top. Counter-attacking style is how I like to play. I think it's going to work very well at this formation. Here are the highlights. We have finally gotten our revenge. 4-2 battering of Northampton. I mean, you look at the stats. We had higher possession, more than twice as many shots. I mean, our expected goals was way higher than theirs, passing higher. So, good all-around performance by the team. And that's pretty much, honestly, exactly how you want to start a season, a 4-2 victory to kick things off. Hopefully this is a sign that this season is going to be our season, and hopefully we can get promoted. In the EFL Cup, we lost 2-1 to Leeds. I mean, what do you expect? That's Leeds. They're going to beat us. So, like I said, Youth Academy. We're sending a 3-star scout into England to get us some defensively minded players for 9 months. A 3-star scout to Northern Ireland for 9 months to get us some physically strong players. And finally, a 3-star, 2-star scout to the Republic of Ireland for 9 months. Just no specific instructions. Just find me some players. So I lied about the Youth Academy because I have found this man from Denmark, Michael Ure, 72 overall striker who accepted to join the club for 3.6 million. He is 6'2", I believe. He has 90 pace, and he's a decent finisher of the ball. So obviously this will take us over the hump. This does also probably mean that Williams will have to depart the club, but he will not be joining us until the second half of the season. That will hurt us, potentially. But hopefully we can do a good enough job, this first half of the season. Then once we get Ure, it just takes us over the top. So Rory Byrne will be joining the first team from the Youth Academy, solely for the purpose of depth and money, because I will be selling him because, wow, he is atrocious. So like I said, George Williams most likely will be departing the club, and he is joining Saudi Arabian side Al Shabab for 1.45 million. It makes sense. Honestly, he's not going to be a key player at the club anymore, and we honestly have an absolute weapon coming in to replace him. And joining us from the Youth Academy will be this man, Frankie Ashworth, who should be a key piece for us now and forever. 6'1" English defensive mid, 63 overall, 72 to 94 potential. He has a natural 5-star weak foot, and with development plan on increasing his defensive work rate, I mean, he's probably going to be starting right away. Cannot wish a player like this, of his caliber, of his quality. I mean, this is exactly what I want from the Youth Academy this season. I want to find these really good key players to plug in, and then next season, hopefully we get a little bit more money, a little bit more financial freedom, then we can fix pieces and parts. So looky what we have here. We have some FA Cup action. We are hosting Walsall at Holker Street. And the team we're going with is the exact same as the first game of the season. However, Ashworth is in for Banks at that defensive mid spot. Like I said, he's going to be a good starter for us. Here are the highlights. So, some games you just get lucky, and this is one of those. They had more expected goals than us, but we shut them out 3-0. 3 expected goals, 3 goals. They had more possession, they had more shots, they had more pretty much everything offensively. But that doesn't matter when you win the game. 3-0 victory, and we advance in the FA Cup. So Kai Ellis, he is one of our backup defensive mids. He has broken his tailbone. He's out for the next 5 months. Would say this is a key injury, but it's really not. But if we do need defensive mids, if they go down, we need some depth. This could really come back to haunt us. And we now have another game in the FA Cup. This time, the second round is we are again hosting at Holker Street, but this time EFL League One side Doncaster will be joining us. And the team is the exact same as it always is. Hopefully we can get the same result as last time. Here are the highlights. So yeah, we won the game. 1-0 victory. I wanted to win. That's what we did. It wasn't pretty. Could we have won by more? We probably should have. Did we though? No. Did we win? Yes. Is that all that matters? Yes. So, can't really complain. So currently in the league, we are sitting in 9th, just 2 points off of playoffs. And like I said at the beginning of the episode, this is kind of where I want to be, because obviously Ure will be coming and joining the team, and he really should take us over that hump, put us in those promotion spots. And that is the end of this episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. Pretty good episode. I mean, we got a guy who should be a striker for us for a very long time. Got a good defensive mid. The team is also just slowly progressing and increasing, doing well, getting better results. Things are just going good. I fully expect us, next episode, we should be either getting promoted or fighting for promotion. And if you want to see if we go up, you need to hit that subscribe button so you can see when it comes out. I'm telling you, it's coming out tomorrow, so I mean, if you're not watching this on the day it came out, chances are it's already out, so go ahead, feel free to do that. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and it is J Beebs signing off. What is up, guys? It is J Beebs here, and welcome to another episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. This is the 4th episode, and obviously you clicked on this, you saw the title. It's a good episode, but there is some bad news at the end. But let's not think about the bad news yet. Let's focus on the good news. Things are going well for us. And honestly, it starts with this man, Michael Ure. 73 overall striker. We are an EFL League 2 team, so he is easily the best player in this division, one of the best players in the next division. I fully expect him, and I fully want him to take us over the hump, take us to that next level. Let's get promoted, let's go up a league, and maybe we even go back to back. But with him, his speed and his size, he should absolutely tear up the league this year. But what he's not going to be tearing up is Newcastle United. Obviously, didn't play this game because we're an itty bitty club. They are Newcastle, and they beat us 3-1. Elliot Walker will be joining the first team from the youth academy. English right back. Could be good for us. I don't know. Like the 5-star weak foot, good defensive work rate. We'll just have to wait and see. Arlo Drake, though, however, will most likely be sold quite quickly. He's only going up to make me some money. Same honestly goes for Sean Keys. Ethan Bradshaw, however, will not. English attacking mid, 60 overall, 83 to 89 potential, and he has the leadership trait. So I potentially have just found our captain for the future. But the only problem is our captain is much worse than our starting 11. So I have to figure out how to kind of incorporate this man in the starting lineup, dynamic potential and all that. But I do think that there's a spot for him in the club. Ben Mooney will also be joining the first team, left wing back from Ireland, 61 overall. 67 to 91 potential. Have to promote him, see what that potential is before I make any sort of decision on him. Emmer Price will also be joining the first team, but he will be sold. So after all of that craziness, we finally have a league game, and that is going to be against Swindon Town. And this is the first game that I get to use Ure, as the team is, get used to this entire team, because this will most likely be the starting lineup for the next 2 seasons. Boyce Clark in goal, Platt Vera center backs, Hutton Bruh outside backs, Ashworth Beedling defensive mids, Balo Jota wings, Gotts is the attacking mid, and obviously Ure is the striker. Here are the highlights from Ure's debut game. So it wasn't the greatest of results, honestly. A 2-2 draw. Was definitely hoping for more. However, you just gotta let it be. It's a random game in January. I'm not concerned about results yet. We will worry about that later in the year. And later in the year is here because we have now made it to the playoffs. We are in the playoffs. We are the 6th best team. We finished on 70 points. We are guaranteed on the final day, so that's why I didn't play the game. But yeah, 6th place. That means we're facing Bradford City in the promotion playoff semifinals, and then obviously we'll hopefully, once we advance, we face the winner of Accrington and Rochdale. So before we get into that, we're still running a football club. Dyer McLaughlin will be joining the first team. North Irish attack, right mid, 55 overall, not the greatest potential. We'll see what happens. Stephen Fanning will be joining the first team purely to be a backup goalkeeper. Yeah. So in the first leg of the playoff, I simmed it, didn't think it was worth playing. 3-1 victory. And in the second leg, it was a 1-0 victory, which means we are now traveling to Wembley to face Rochdale in the promotion playoff final. Yeah, this is quite the big deal. This is, I would say, the first game that actually matters that I've played with this club. We win this game, we go up a division. We definitely deserve to go up. We don't win, we don't go up. We have to spend another season down in EFL League 2. Don't get me wrong, I love the league, but we are too good for this. We need to be going up. And this is the team that we're going with. Same as always, the strongest 11, the starting 11. Things have always gone right when we use this team, and hopefully, just hopefully, we can pull out a win. Here are the highlights. Psych! This is a final game. I have to show you guys the other team. Rochdale are using a 5-2-3. I know that their left wing, Oda, whatever his name is, he has been an issue for me in every single series that I've done. He's very pacey, very good at dribbling, and he's decent at shooting. So if he gets in a good position, he most likely will score. But I think with the formation matchups, they only have 2 in the midfield. I think we should handle them easily. And now, here are the highlights. Five to one. The promotion playoff final. I mean, this was literally a statement game. We made a statement. We deserve to be going up. And all capped off by 5 goals from Ure. This literally could not have gone better. When I bought him, this is exactly what I imagined happening. And it has 5 to 1. All of our goals scored by one man. And obviously, there are the boys with our very first silverware as manager in charge. The League 2 playoff champions are Barrow. We are going to EFL League 1 next season. So proud of the boys. But we have to remember, We got to do this again next season. So looking back at our standings and stuff, obviously we finished in 6th. I mean, pretty good goal difference. I mean, I don't understand how Bristol finished 3rd when they only had 4. But we move. In the FA Cup, obviously we did make it to that 4th round before we were then obviously matched up against Premier League side Newcastle. Carabao Cup, we did not have as fortunate of draws as last year. Got knocked out 2-1 by Leeds. In the Papa John's Trophy, we did make it to the 2nd round, but Leyton Orient did knock us out 3-1. But I really could care less about this trophy. But obviously the most important thing out of everything is the fact that we won the promotion playoff final 5-1 against Rochdale, and we are going to be in EFL League 1 next season. Gotts was the player who appeared in the most games for us with 62. Barrow had 61, and Platt Beedling had 60. So you can see our key starters, our key players, as long as they're playing, we're winning. So obviously I'm going to keep playing them because I want to keep winning. Ure finished with the most goals despite playing just about the least amount of games, 21 and 28. Again, this is why I bought him. He's showing what he can do. Gotts had 18 and Jota had 15. Barrow led the team in assists with 16. Jota and Gotts had 7, and then obviously there was quite the big drop off. But I want to point out to you, if you look at the second to last player on there, Boyce Clark, our goalkeeper, had an assist. I don't know when that came. It definitely wasn't when I was using him. I can't even think of how it came. Like, it must have been off of a goal kick where the defense just totally misplayed it. But either way, goalie has an assist. So this is where the at a cost part comes in. I accepted a deal with Ure for a 1-year contract. I mean, I delegated it because I know I'm still learning the game. I don't know how much I should be offering him. Delegated it. Apparently they agreed on 1 year. That is quite the issue because that year is up. And I couldn't renegotiate with him because I negotiated with him too recently. Because it counted the negotiation period starting once he joined the club January 1st. So I have to wait until July 1st to renegotiate with him because you have to wait 6 months. But that is the issue because he will no longer be a player when I start next season. So I don't know what I'm going to do because, I mean, we have to bring him back. You saw how good he played for us. He's even increasing in overall. But I don't know what we're going to do to get him back. And obviously Taylor and Ellis are leaving, but who cares? All that matters is Ure. And looking at the team, he honestly completes the team. I mean, you look at these overalls. This is definitely a promotion-pushing EFL League 1 side with him at the top. But if we don't have him, then I don't know what we're going to do. And that is going to be a big issue. So I mean, I literally don't know why this is. I think FIFA should probably look into fixing this glitch because it's honestly ridiculous. Why can I not negotiate with a player that I agreed to a contract with 9 months ago? I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do. I just got to hope. Free agents, he's there. He doesn't sign with another team, we can get him back. But if not, we could be in trouble. So if you want to see, is life good or is life bad for us next episode, subscribe so you can see that. I hope you guys did enjoy this one, and it is J Beebs signing off. What's up, guys? It is J Beebs here, and welcome to another episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. Last episode, if you remember it, we got promoted up in EFL League 1 now. Things are kind of going good for us. But if you also remember, the player who ultimately led us to promotion, Ure, our striker, was out of contract and looked like he was going to be leaving the club. But I told that man, you did too much to this club. You did too much for us. You want a pay increase? Go on ahead. 20,000 wages for you, Mr. Ure. You are staying at this club. You carried us to promotion. You deserve to do it again. So I brought him back. But obviously, the team does not revolve around one striker. It is a unit, and to help that unit will be Lance Harper, the English right back. Nothing spectacular about him. But you never know what any of these players are going to end up being like. Ethan Bradshaw will be going on a 1-year loan move to Austin FC. If you remember, I really wanted him to be good for us. He has the leadership trait, young player from the youth academy. However, he is quite low in overall, so hopefully he goes on a loan. He comes back a good player. Ollie Banks will be departing the club. He's joining, I believe, Austrian side FC Lugano. He'll be going there for 590k. When he was a player for us, he was a very, very good player for us. Unfortunately, he is no longer a key player, and he deserves to get some playing time somewhere else. I'm rich, okay? We have a lot of money. I've decided this season, the starting 11 does not need any fixing. We just need some backups, and we need some potentially replacements. So we're going with the youth academy. Got a 5-star, 4-star scout. First one's going to Estonia for 9 months to get us some physically strong players. Now, I'm not just sending him to Estonia because obviously the scout is Estonian. In my worst to best road to glory that I did not finish on FIFA 21, like three of our starting players who had potential to be special came from Estonia. So I'm hoping I get that same luck on FIFA 22. Which is also the reason that I'm going to Hungary for 9 months, because again, some of our best players on that save came from Hungary as well. 9 months to get us an attacker. Well, multiple, hopefully. And obviously the final scout is going to England for 9 months. No specifics, just head to the homeland, bring us back some good English talent. And here's the moment you all have waited for. Our very first league game against Hull City. We are hosting at Holker Street. The starting lineup is as follows. Boyce Clark is the keeper. Platt and Vera center backs. Hutton and Bruh outside backs. Ashworth and Beedling are the defensive mids. Jota and Barrow are the outside mids. Gotts is the attacking mid, and our main man, Ure, is the striker. Get used to this lineup because everyone on this starting 11, except for Ure, is like 24 years old and continuously improving. So we're going to be seeing all these names for a long time. And here are the highlights. Lucky what we have here, a 2-1 victory over Hull City, and absolutely dominated them. I think they should be one of the better sides, because I think they should be pushing for promotion, but we absolutely dominated them. We played perfectly, Ure was on fire, the entire team was playing very, very well, and if this is a sign of the things to come, then we might get back-to-back promotions. So Rory Byrne has been sold to Brook Bet in Spain, I believe, or Germany. One of the two, I can't remember. I do plan on doing a series with them in the future, so I probably should know where they are from. But Rory Byrne has been sold there. Owen Martin will be going to Dundee FC in Scotland for $390,000. And because I did such a good job in August, I've won my first... No, I think I won one in EFL League 2. But my very first EFL League 1 Manager of the Month award. Hopefully, I only have a chance to get 10 of these, because hopefully we go back to back. Adam King will be departing the club. He is joining English side Tranmere Rovers for $550,000. And I've won another Manager of the Month award. Back-to-back Manager of the Month awards, might I add. So look what I said. I said Estonia pumps out some good talent. Perfect example here is Paavo Koppel. Right back then, I'm converting to defensive mid from Estonia, 63 overall, 67 to 87 potential. We'll send him up. I'll probably find a role for him. Nandor Nemeth from Hungary. Very good shooting, very good dribbling, very good pace. Exactly what I want from a winger. And honestly, if Jota doesn't keep improving, I mean, Nemeth might just take a starting spot. Rolly Cool was also joining the first team. Going to be left back from Estonia. Adding some depth to the team. Lance Harper has been sold to Irish side Bohemian FC, and he is departing for $820,000. Stephen Fanning is also joining Irish side St. Pat's for $300,000. And we're not down in EFL League 1 anymore, or EFL League 2. Geez, we're in EFL League 1, so we don't have to play in round 1 of the FA Cup. Instead, we skip right to round 2. And we're facing off against former Premier League side Oldham Athletic. And the team is, it's the same as always. Like I said, get used to this lineup. It's going to be around for quite some time. Here are the highlights. An excellent performance by the boys. 3-0 victory. Absolutely dominated. 8.8 expected goals. Dribble success rate was the same. I mean, they had better shot accuracy and better pass accuracy. But when we're firing off 13 shots a game, that's going to happen. But 3-0 victory. We advance in the FA Cup. Love to see it. Jakub Rutare will also be joining the first team from Estonia. Right back, 73 to 93 potential. Might amount to something, but again, with any of these youth players that aren't going to be continuously playing in the first team, I have no clue. Same even goes for Ibrahim Talbot. English defensive mid, 61 overall, 79 to 85 potential. He could be good, but I don't know when he's going to play or how he's going to play. Alexander Manik will also be joining the first team. Attacking mid from Estonia, 59 overall. Has some very good dribbling ability, so that could come in handy. Probably put him on the bench just in case I need someone to come on the team and be good. Viktor Kiss will also be joining the first team. The Hungarian left mid that I am converting to striker because obviously his shooting, aside from his pace, is his best stat. Natural 5-star weak foot, high attacking work rate. I don't think he'll be anything for us this season, but definitely want to use him in the future. Jens Kabin is also joining the first team, Estonian right back, 57 overall, 71 to 94 potential. Sending him up to, again, see if he amounts to anything. James Woolley will also be joining the first team, English defensive mid, 54 overall, 73 to 87 potential. He has the second wind trait, so that single trait might keep him at the club for a long time. So in the league, we are second. And the only team that we were behind is Hull City, who we beat that very first match day. So I think you can make the case that things are going pretty well. A little bit unexpected, to be honest, as well. Very surprising, but that means we should go back-to-back. We should be a championship club next season. So that is obviously something that is quite promising. Next episode, we're pushing for promotion. I mean, that's simple. I mean, we're in second place. If we just keep performing, keep doing what we've been doing, we should be going up. And if we go up, I think we're very capable of definitely not back-to-back-to-back, but I think we could be a mid-table side in the championship if things just keep progressing as they have. But again, everyone knows how this works. Anything can happen. Anything can delay everything we've been working for this season. So we'll have to wait and see. And if you can't wait, you want to see the minute it comes out tomorrow. Next episode will be coming out. Subscribe so you can see. Turn the notification bells. I mean, I really don't care. Just watch the videos and subscribe. And it is J Beebs signing off. What's up, guys? It is J Beebs here, and welcome to another episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. Now, the question that I have been asking the last 3 episodes, and really even last episode, can we get back-to-back promotions? And I think, and you will find out, we have an answer to that question. I'm not going to reveal it, so you have to watch. But we are starting off with some transfer news. Elliot Walker, I have sold. He is going to Spanish side SD Amore Beta for $1.3 million. He's never going to play at the club anymore, so nice. Let's get some money for him. Rolly Cool is going to be going on a short loan move to America. He's going to the San Jose Earthquakes. Austin Allison has been sold to fellow English side Morecambe for $650,000. And in the FA Cup, I did not play our game against Brentford because obviously they're Brentford. At least they were in the Premier League. I don't know if they still are. And we're down in EFL League 2. But a 3-2 loss against that good of a team is quite promising of things to come. So Arlo Drake is also going to be departing the club. He will also be going to Spanish side SD Amore Beta, and he is departing for $890,000. James Woolley will be going in a short loan move to Exeter City. Youth player I just promoted last episode, going him out there. Alexander Manik will be going in a 1-year loan move to Atletico Tucumán. Obviously, this is after the transfer window has ended, so he will not be with us next season. Same goes for Viktor Kiss. He will be going on a 1-year loan move to German side Heidenheim. Really want him to be a key player for us, so you might see him go out on loan a couple more times, but eventually I think he should be a key player for us. Ibrahim Talbot will be going on a 1-year loan move to Karagümrük SK. Don't know where that is. Guessing Turkey. But he will be leaving the club, obviously, at the end of the season. And joining the team, getting away from all these players leaving, we finally, at the joining point, is Nandor Rokus, Hungarian striker, 6'1", 76-90 potential. He has to join the first team, didn't want to send him up yet, but to be honest, we need some depth at that striker spot. Emre Price will be going to German side Türkgücü, down in the third-tier German football for a little over $1 million. Obviously, a key player like him, for them, not for us anymore. We're big time, and obviously, we're going to keep progressing. But now we have a game in the league as we are hosting Shrewsbury at Holker Street. And this is the lineup. We are playing a 4-2-3-1. Boyce Clark is in goal, Platt, Vera center backs, Hutton, Bra outside backs, Ashworth and Beedling are the defensive mids, Barrow, Jota on the wings, Goss is the attacking mid, and our main man up top is Ure. Here are the highlights. So we were able to win that game 2-1. Very good performance by the team. And things honestly are just going good for us. But what? Why did I play that game? Well, because obviously that was the championship game, of course. We are now EFL League 1 champions. See what I did there? You guys had no clue. You thought it was a random game I was playing in March. No, that was the game to seal the title. There's still, I forget how many games left. I think there's like 2 or 3 games still left. But thanks to that win and results elsewhere, we were able to win the league. We are EFL League 1 champions. So before we get, the league still hasn't even finished on making transfer deals. Jens Kabin is going on a 1-year loan move to Sarmiento. Rasmus Kusk will be joining the first team. Same goes for Matthias Barrow, who I think should be a really good player for us. Excellent dribbler, 6'2". Working on getting that 5-star weak foot, 77-94 potential. Arthur Greenwood, however, most likely will not. Right back, very defensive. Exactly what I want from a right back, except for the fact he's not very good. Anu Empelu will also be joining the first team. Low overall, high potential. Concerned on what he's going to amount to. So yeah, look at the league. The reason why I would have made more of a big deal of that final game, but I had to be transparent with you guys. I didn't even know that was going to win us the league, because Hull City at the time were in second, and if they drew or won their game, we still hadn't clinched. So I was kind of going through the mindset of, oh, it's just going to be another game. So we got the 2-1 win. I was like, great. And then after the game, everyone goes crazy. Everyone goes nuts. And I realized and I found out I won the league. So I wanted you guys to be just as surprised as I was when I was recording this footage. 94 points, 8-point cushion over second place. We absolutely dominated. We are a championship team, and we now finally have that question. Back-to-back promotions? That is a yes. And Ure finished as the second top goal scorer in the league with 22 and 45. And Barrow finished in the second most assists with 10 and 46. But Boyce Clark led the division in clean sheets as he had 16 and 44. So in the FA Cup, we did get knocked out in that 4th round by Brentford 3-2. Didn't play that game at the time because I didn't think we were big enough, but we're in the championship now. I think we can challenge some of these Premier League teams. In the Carabao Cup, we got knocked out in the 4th round by Arsenal 2-1. Fair enough. In the Papa John's Trophy, we got knocked out in the 3rd round by Salford City, but we're no longer participating in this tournament because we are not a small club anymore. So, Barrow and Gotts appeared in every single game for us this season, appearing in 62, Ure in 61, and Boyce Clark, Hutton, Platt, Vera, and Bra, Ashworth, and Beedling in 60. Ure was the leading goal scorer for the club with 32 and 61, Gotts had 24 and 62, and Barrow had 19 and 62. So obviously things are going quite well for us. Barrow led the team in assists with 12 and 62. Gotts had 10 and 62. And again, Boyce Clark had an assist. This time he had 4 assists. So our goalkeeper had more assists than our starting left back, defensive mids. Wow. I mean, this dude, I don't know how these are happening, but I don't mind that our goalkeeper is getting assists. And the players that will be departing the club, Brian Pierce, Kai Ellis, Manning, and Matthews. Some of them have been sold. Some of them are just, I just can't be bothered to renew their contracts. Will not be missed. Already looking forward to next season. And looking at this team, the only thing that I'm thinking of maybe changing is getting Beedling out at that defensive mid position. He has kind of plateaued, didn't have the greatest potential to begin with. Maybe get him in, maybe even a new left mid for Jota, because he hasn't been progressing as quickly as I thought he would. Hoping him and Barrow would be up there, some of the best players of the club. I mean, Barrow's pushing Ure for #1 spot, so that's promising. Might even get a replacement for Bra at that left back position. But there's just a lot of, I don't know, there's a lot of what ifs, because I don't even know. And I won't know until I play the next season, and you guys won't know until you see the video for next season. But there should be, I'm thinking there will be a lot of turnover, a lot of turmoil, things will be changing a lot, everything will be happening. But at the same time, I still don't know, because I don't know what our budget's going to be, I don't know what our financial objective is going to be. If it's very restricting, I can't do much. I'm not concerned about the performance of the team. I think we will easily stay up. It's just a matter of where we place, where we finish, and if we even have a chance to challenge. To be clear, I do not want to go to the Premier League next season. This team is nowhere near ready. I mean, even if the starting 11 is ready and starting caliber, we still have an entire backup that we don't really have Premier League backups. So it's a weird combination of like, I want to get promoted, I want to go up as quick as possible, but at the same time, do I really want to? Do I want to have to try to keep the team up and survive relegation? So it's just a giant mess, but obviously that's part of the fun of these Road to Glory, is trying to figure out what to do, what I want to do, what I don't want to do. But I know what you really want to do. You're still watching, you obviously enjoyed. In the playlist down below and on the end screen, there will be the rest of this series, so if you want to catch up on what you missed, or if you've been watching along, thank you so much. Hopefully if you've been watching along, you are subscribed, and if you're a new watcher, again, subscribe, it always helps. Daily FIFA videos, if you guys have been following along, you know, that's what I'm doing this year. Daily Road to Glories. Doing all different types of things. But I hope you guys did enjoy it. I did, and it is JBeebs signing off.